Alrighty, boys and girls. Well, there's a reason why Shiba Inu and Pepe both are on Ethereum and both are top meme coins, second and third in the world by market cap. And there is a reason for that, and it's because they are on Ethereum. And the most importantly, as we see now, the market is bouncing today. What we are noticing, and what I noticed, and I hope you're noticing now, and I'm bringing it to your attention, is the difference between Solana meme coins and Ethereum meme coins. Now, today we see here we have WEF, Popcat, Breton on 8, and SPX. Now you clearly can see that today we have Breton on 8 and SPX, which both are on Ethereum, pumping and bouncing with the market here, while the Solana meme coins like WEF and Popcat, or DogWeFat and Popcat, are not moving. And those are early signs that smart money, or the ETH chain itself, right, is much stronger than Solana. And I have seen this and I noticed this a long time ago, especially when it comes to meme coins, and especially when we started seeing pump fun. But for some reason that we can explain, the market has made it clear. Long-term plays should be on Ethereum, and short-term degeneracy and going for a quick flip is on Solana. That is a reason why Solana meme coins for some reason don't perform well. And if we look at the Popcat, let's say, chart, it's very clear. And if we compare that now to Breton 8 chart, you can see the difference, how this is different, how we can see the bounces are harder on Ethereum. And it's very clear today to me that the outperformance is still with us. And most importantly, because you know, guys, now in this space you have to be early. You have to be early. There is a big difference. It makes a huge difference between winners and losers in this space. You cannot just be the guy waiting for actual confirmation and pumps to start to happen to start building up your thesis. You have to actually have some sort of information asymmetry, or at least paying attention to the market in a way that most people are not. And the way to pay attention to the market is by looking at which coins are following this rally, and especially taking it even a step further, looking at which blockchains provide most of the gains. Because now Bitcoin here is trying to gain back, and I'm looking at it as now probably we're gonna start to see this play out, right, where we're gonna see BTC going for its next leg up. Now in the last cycle, when Bitcoin here went for its next leg up, we've seen coins, narratives like meme coins and gaming coins. But this cycle, and we had NFTs as well, but this cycle we have especially meme coins. Now many people said meme coins are gonna die, they're not gonna come back, but we're clearly seeing them coming back now. It just depends which meme coin you're talking about. Those are on Ethereum are clearly coming back. The signs are here, and as I always say, believe your eyes. The signs are clearly here that meme coins are gonna come back, but it depends on which blockchain we're talking about. Now especially Solana, I do think Base is gonna come back, maybe BNB, but the safest, strongest bet here is Ethereum, because we're seeing the early signs. As I said, they are the ones now showing most of the strength, especially Breton 8. Now what I'm saying here is, what you see is back in the days in this pump here in 2021, the second rally where everybody thought it was dead around here, we were over. We've seen Shiba Inu. You see this rally from Shiba Inu here. This was on the second pump. This was much bigger than the previous one, and this was a 10x move. This was also Shiba Inu going from like $5 billion to $50 billion market cap. That's a huge increase in its market cap, and this happened on the second leg of the cycle. And the reason I'm showing you this, because the second leg of this cycle is going to be big, and the coins that are going to follow this are going to make most of the gains. And obviously the lower the market cap, the bigger the gains. Now here Shiba Inu only did a 10x. Now this time it might not even pump because it's an old cycle coin, but the new cycle coins, it depends of how low their market cap will judge how high they will go. But most importantly is paying attention to the market now to kind of try to predict which ones are gonna follow. That's very important. This is what actually makes the difference between those that make it and those that don't, is basically paying attention to the market when the market is boring and when everybody is out and everybody doesn't care about the market anymore and nobody's paying attention. And especially people are still drunk on Solana meme coins. When you go on Twitter, it hasn't changed a bit. People are still onto that Solana hype, still trying to live off that degeneracy and still thinking or trying to do the Solana flipping and all that, and flipping pennies on Solana, and we wish them good luck. We want everybody to win, but it's pretty much a loser strategy by this point here, and we're seeing it. The signs are playing out. Whereas, as I said, I'm going to show you this one more time. How ETH memes on the right, Breton ETH and SPX and others you can look at. Also Dorky, by the way, also lower market cap coin pumping. I've been looking this whole morning. Basically, overall, if you compare any ETH meme, compare it to any Solana meme today or on this weekend and probably following week and going ahead, you'll see that they will outperform Solana meme coins. That's very important because that's what we are here for, is the gains and outperformance. Now, what I really like to look at as well is ETH. Now, one thing when it comes to crypto is you have to try to think outside the box, because we humans are we like to feel included, right? We like to feel like we are among many people. We like to feel like our opinion is everybody's opinion. We like to feel that it's like some sort of validation. We like to be validated. So in trading, it does not work like that. This is a counterintuitive thing with the markets. The markets are not intuitive to us humans. We don't do well with them. And there is a reason why most of the big hedge funds and the stock markets and all, they only use algorithms, and they stopped using mainly people, because people have that sort of, they need validation and they need to feel they belong and their opinion must be or match at least the majority. But with the markets, you want to as much look outside the box as possible. And I'm saying this because recently you all seen how everybody was very big on Solana. So Solana was pretty much the darling of this cycle. Everybody loved Solana. If you look at Solana was like, everybody loves Solana, everybody wants Solana, everybody's talking about Solana. And while everybody is kind of talking about ETH, and if you talk about ETH, you would get clowned. People will laugh at you. People will think you're crazy. People will think you are out of your mind. And that's what I like to see, is when people actually start to think that I'm out of my mind, or not me, but anybody that's actually talks about anything that it's down. And we're even seeing this now with Tesla stock, literally, because it's down. And if you look at the Tesla stock now, because you see how it went down this bad here, people are literally hating on Tesla cars. But because they are hating on Tesla cars, and because they are burning them in the US, and because there is such a big dilemma going on now with Tesla and people hating on it, which I don't care about that either. It's just a good example here. Because they are hating on it today, Tesla is pumping. Like, kid you not, that's how crazy the markets are. People are literally burning Tesla cars, and the stock is pumping. Now you would think, why is Tesla stock pumping if everybody's burning the cars? Even there are a group on Reddit called Elon Musk Hate is reportedly trying to short Tesla. Now literally they are shorting Tesla like the GME time or like GameStop, but it doesn't work, because with shorts you can get easily squeezed. But with longs, if you're longing and counter trading shorts, it's much easier to liquidate shorts, basically, because prices can go above 100%. But with shorts, the prices are limited or capped to 100%. You cannot go lower than 99%, basically. But anyways, you can see that people are shorting the stock, people are burning the cars, the worst hate you could see, and the stock is pumping today. And I was pretty sure yesterday, actually, I was thinking about it. I was watching a video where somebody was talking about this going on, but not talking about the stock itself. And I was thinking how crazy it is that if Monday actually the stock pumped, and this is what's happening. And this ties up perfectly with ETH, because this is exactly what's going on now with ETH. Literally, people are hating on it. People are calling it dead. People are calling it going to zero. People are calling all kind of thing. If you go on Twitter, pure hate on Ethereum. And the reason I'm talking about Ethereum, by the way, is because we're betting on their beta plays like coins on Ethereum, right? Those are going to be the ones that if ETH does a 5x, they do a 500x. Basically, that's the basis of this. This is like the ground floor for these meme coins. They need a solid ground, which is the Ethereum Ethereum blockchain and the price of ETH. If it goes up, they go up. Now, as you can see, comparing this to the Tesla thing, because Tesla is a very good example, because we all can see now in the news what's going on. It's very clear that they are hating on the stock and everything, and hating on the cars. But why the stock is going up? Well, basically because the markets are like this. It's hard to understand because we are human. The markets are counterintuitive. We cannot actually understand them exactly and pinpoint the exact reasons why they are pumping and while everybody is hating. But what we know is when everybody is hating, the market pumping. When everybody is bullish, the market goes down. So we have to actually think outside the box as much as possible, as much as we can, even if it sounds crazy. The crazier it sounds, the more bullish it is, basically. Now, what we're seeing here is that possibly what we're looking at from a technical point on Ethereum is that we are seeing a fake out. And I do stand by my words since I've been talking about this, the fake out on Ethereum, and that possibly is a fake out that's gonna take it back into the range here and then start sending it higher. And by the way, when Ethereum pumps, everything else pump, right? No, if you're holding Solana, if you're holding any coin, it doesn't matter. If the top coin or the top altcoin, so there is Bitcoin and there are altcoins, but then there is Bitcoin and there is ETH, which is the altcoin king. It's the second largest crypto asset in the world. If it does not pump, nothing else will pump, or at least if they pump, they will be very limited. So what we're seeing here is a possible reclaim of the range here. So what we're seeing is what we need to see this week, and actually it's a very good sign that we're seeing a pump on Monday. I was pretty concerned because it started pumping on the weekend, and usually when it pumps on the weekend, it's just signaling that it's retail pumping it, and usually by Monday when the actual big boys wake up, they have to make their own decisions. But now their decision is as well pumping ETH. So we need this price here. We need that 2,150, let's say. We need to get back above that. Basically, roughly, that's a rough price where we need to get back above to start seeing the ETH actually back into the range and confirm this is a fake out and confirm that this is it. We start moving up higher. And this time, actually, if we come back here, this will be the time to break above. This will be it, because we already tested this level, like 4K level, many times, 3 times. Now, the second thing as well is the global liquidity. That's actually something that is possibly the reason why we're seeing the moves here. So basically this thing here, it prices in the charts late. It's a bit of it actually shows us beforehand. It's a very, very good signal. The global liquidity, when it starts to go up, usually takes around a month to start seeing that on the charts, but it's already been since January that this thing is just going up while it was going down. So soon we're gonna see this going up. And this also ties in with the Fed's cutting rate and all that as we're heading as we progress towards the year, as we see what they're gonna do. But it does look like there might be some improvement when it comes to rate cuts, when it comes to QT or quantitative tightening, and the Fed's actually helping out a bit here and handing out some liquidity to this market. And basically what happened, or what they said in the previous meeting, is that they are ready to support the market in case the market does not look good. They already have ample reserves to pump the market in case the market does not pump it by itself. But so far it is pumping by itself, and going into this year, it is very likely we see more rate cuts. For now, we have 2 planned, and some people are saying that we might see even more as Trump is looking into really lowering those rates. So that's the thing here, guys. Pay attention to what's going on now in the market and how ETH memes are outperforming Solana memes. And overall, what I do believe is that the memes are still gonna come back, and they're gonna come back strong. But most importantly, as we've seen we've seen this play out with in 2023, basically in this part here, before the pump fund and all that. ETH memes were massively outperforming, then at some point we started seeing a lot of frenzy with Solana and the pump fund taking out liquidity and chaos and all that. It was very hard to see a clear, honest signal, let's say we call it, from the market. It was very hard to dissect the market and understand what was what, right? And to see through the lines or read through the lines and understand or actually notice something early before it happens. But I did, right? I did participate in the pump fund or actually try to trade those Solana meme coins, and I noticed that very early that Solana meme coins for some reason do not hold. But the reason is simple, basically, is that people on Solana are freakish, let's say. They have one soul and they want to turn that into 10 soul in a day, and they will not stop until they either have zero left or they actually made a bit. So they don't hold for anything. They can't hold to save their life. And basically with crypto and in general, holders always outperform traders. Even with the stock market, people that just invest in the S&P 500 that goes up forever always outperform those that are day trading and trying to play smart. So with the market, actually the market doesn't like smart people for some reason, right? The market doesn't like smart people. The market doesn't like too overconfident people. The market doesn't like human psychology in general. So the market will always be very, very counterintuitive in that manner. And the only way to actually understand it is by understanding things to not do. Things to not do is not try to be smart and not try to follow the herd. Those are very important. And not let the market shake you out. Panic selling, right? That's most people do now. They panic sell at the low and they panic buy at the high. So those are literally three things that I try to avoid as much as possible not to do, and try to keep a calm mind even when I see shit is going really down and I see my portfolio is being halved and it looks bad, and I start to think about the future and maybe I should get a job and all that crazy stuff. And then I start to see that, all right, so let's think clearly and look at the charts, and it seems like we are pretty much still here. No need to panic sell. And I was pretty much right in this dip here. And I remember even with the Germany selling, I was pretty much right again there. Now I want to show you this. I even have this still here, which is the VWAPs that usually mark the bottoms and send higher. And that's also something that I was looking at to stay put and not panic sell. And as you can see now, guys, the market is recovering. So keep that in mind. I do think the bull market is still going. We're still going to have a very major bull market, and this is based on the global liquidity and especially the rate cuts that are coming and the massive stimulus. And keep in mind that now cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum are institutional. They do have now institutions buying them, even though recently it's just red, they are selling because the stock market is selling. But now because the stock market is going to go up, they're going to go up and they're going to start buying them. So keep that in mind whenever there is a bank bailout by the Feds or whatever stimulation or liquidity. Now we are going to receive much more of it than in the past, and especially with Bitcoin and Ethereum, those are going to receive much more liquidity than in the past. So pretty much they are pretty capped. When you see a Bitcoin dropping 30%, that's pretty much the bottom. As well as for Ethereum, in the future we're not going to see any major collapses like we've seen in the past with Bitcoin going crazy, as well as like FTX collapses and those Celsius collapses. Those things are way in the past now. And to end this video here, I just seen this as well as Fidelity files to register a tokenized US Treasury fund on Ethereum. So that is actually big for Ethereum as well, and signaling a growing institutional interest in the blockchain finance. It seems like Ethereum is going to be the institutional chosen chain. Now, I don't care about the political side of this, but I just care that they're going to pump my bags. That's what I care about. Pump that ETH. Then we're going to see which chain we're going to choose to stay on as degens or as people that don't care about the governments and stuff like that. But whatever happens now, we want that ETH to start pumping, and the charts are looking good and everything is on our side still. And most importantly, ETH memes like Breton ETH are pumping, and Dorky as well is pumping. We've got SPX is pumping. Many others are pumping. So those are going to be big gainers, especially Breton ETH and Dorky as well. And especially low caps coins, that's where actually the big gains are. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video till the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.